was really a wacky way to start. I didn't even check in with Nora, and I go, I have a lot to say on this episode. We're ready. Action. Are you ready?
No, yeah, I gotta be.
I'm Hannah Gerlander.
And I'm Nora Freed.
And you're listening to
High Heels and Punchlines.
Season 2, Episode 10, The Caste System.
Yes.
It's hard. How hard should I be on that T? Caste or Caste?
I don't know. I think we could look it up, but I think it's
Caste.
System. Caste.
The Caste System.
Yeah.
Oh, did you like this episode?
It made me really think a lot about money, dating, where I stand, being 32. I'm just like, I realize now that I'm at a point where I actually maybe shouldn't be dating the skateboarder. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Maybe I should be with someone who's a little more financially responsible. But I also would never want to date for money.
Or limit yourself.
Yeah, I know we make that joke that I want a sugar daddy all the time. And it's yeah, don't get me wrong. If the person's rich, it's awesome. But I do really don't want to, cancel people out just because they don't have any money.
Of course.
Who am I? I don't have any money either.
Mm-hmm.
But I also am realizing okay, I'm 32. Maybe I should be with someone who at least is putting something into a 401k.
Right.
You know,
has
not
something
even
lined up.
Just something that I know that we're being somewhat financially responsible.
Yeah.
Because I'm not 25 anymore. And it's it's getting to that point.
And it's also you're in the process right now of getting your stuff together.
Yeah.
So you should be with someone who's doing the same thing so that you're caught up.
Yeah. I paid to, even though I don't have any money right now, I still took money out to get a financial advisor meeting just to and the meeting wasn't good. The meeting wasn't 5 stars. You're doing well.
Oh, okay.
The financial,
guy was good.
Oh, amazing. He's one of he's great. But the results, I guess, were not
what you
great.
were looking for.
Yeah. He said he couldn't use the word bad, but he said things are really tight. So I can't really say that but it's the thought that counts, you know?
Yeah.
I paid someone to tell me that, you know?
That's more than most people are doing.
And we set goals aside. I'm going to increase my 401k contribution.
So you should be with someone who has
just something
aligning.
Because I think it's maturity
mission.
a little bit. Okay, we have some sort of idea of what we want. So that, but I did kind of also resonate with Miranda when I was working years ago in kind of a mix of real estate and design, whatever. And I was making a lot of money. I definitely would go out with guys that were not making any money. And they were 24 or 25 or whatever. And I was randomly making cash and whatever. And I always felt I couldn't show them that I was randomly making money.
Oh, really?
I didn't want to push it. Because I would always be oh yeah, I'm going to throw it on my credit card. You're a barista and I'm just crushed a deal. It's fine. But then I was that's not sexy. I need to not do that.
Really?
Now I wish I had
because now I think it is. I think men want.
Yeah, I think it is cool. I don't know. I just I just really, yeah, I feel I did feel Miranda felt being I didn't want to emasculate them.
I felt, well, okay, I'll do the highlights and then we'll get into the Miranda of it all.
Yeah.
Because I have a lot of thoughts on, everybody has a power money struggle in this episode, but Steve and Miranda are.
It's
really
I
the
was
big
in
deal.
that position basically where I had my own place. I had a good job. I was making money. I was I felt really good.
You could have bought the suit.
I could have bought the suit and I would be hooking up with guys that were you know, had a skateboard. I'm sorry, I always bring it back to skateboard, but the way I just told myself not recently, but in the last 3 years, I'm I'm not dating anyone who skateboards, likes it as a hobby.
What if they're Tony Hawk level?
No, it's just, I cannot, it's so triggering.
Tony Hawk really
get off the skateboard, take the subway, ride a bike.
Don't in the industry.
Yeah, ride a bike. I don't know, just skateboard.
Well, you're biased to biking.
Yeah.
You're biased to biking.
the skateboard is like, get off of that. Come on. You're not a little kid. You're not a child.
Okay. I just feel like when you this is maybe more toxic. Like 20 somethings I think can get away on the skateboard. I think once you turn 30, if you're not making money off the skateboard, like it's gotta go.
Exactly. Also, scooter. No.
Yeah, I mean,
I've never dated anyone who like is into a scooter.
Scooters
but, like,
are strictly for children.
Yeah, I have seen some people riding around scooters, and I'm like,
men.
Yeah, and I'm like, ugh.
My friend Ryan, his stepdad tried to get him a scooter.
No,
would have been so funny
now
to see Ryan zooming
motorcycle.
Around. That's so different.
That's totally fine.
That's totally fine.
But razor scooter, no,
obviously not. Razor scooter and motorcycle aren't even anywhere
what
on
would
the
you
same
do if
field.
I showed up somewhere in the razor scooter and I was like, hey guys.
Well, I think I already feel what you think I would feel there when you show up with the speaker on for your bike. So I'm always like, she's doing it. Like she's the one playing her music out loud.
Thank you.
Having a party on her bike.
It's a party.
So I think if you showed up on your scooter, I'd be like, Nora's in a scootering. But like if you were dating a guy and we were waiting for him outside a restaurant and then he showed up on a scooter, I'd be like, so that's what.
Am I too old to have a speaker on my bike that I'm like blasting music on? Should
it's
I
not
stop?
about age. It's just like the people. It's just like
the vibe is really crazy. Maybe I should stop. But
no,
it's so
don't
fun.
stop. No, don't stop. I'm
It's
just
so
saying.
fun. I have had people cheer me on, being like, "Yeah."
I think it just is a specific like. I think I can't even get into it. It's going to be too much time for me to explain the speakers.
Last
Just
night
keep
it was
it
a little
going.
crazy.
Keep it going. Yeah, we were like still saying goodbyes, and you had like an EDM mix on.
It was great. Fred again.
Okay.
Fred again is great to bike to.
Is that the name of the group?
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
It was just like so loud when you were like, see you tomorrow. Like what time? And I was like, I can't talk to you all the time.
Well, because I have to get it going so that I can just hop, like otherwise I got to choose the song and then
I understand.
I have all these different playlists depending on the weather.
I'm going to do the highlights.
Okay.
If that's okay.
Yeah.
Carrie tells Big that she loves him.
Mm-hmm.
Miranda
huge
invites.
Mistake.
Huge. And
Never do that.
I have a lot of thoughts on that bag.
Never do that.
Miranda invites Steve to her firm's dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Samantha's new boyfriend has a servant. That I think
don't even know if I want to cover that.
I
so
want to
weird.
say that like if this show was being made today, like they would not be calling her the servant.
It's
the cringiest.
The whole thing is
line.
really hell.
And a movie star comes to Charlotte's gallery. And the big question this episode is, can we date outside our cast?
I think yes. I think right now it would be nice to be in the same zone as someone, but I don't necessarily need someone to be like super rich or, would judge someone if they're struggling. But it would be nice to be in the same field,
I obviously think we can date outside. Like I've worked in restaurants since I was 14. My family doesn't come from money.
Yeah.
They didn't have money. I don't have money now. Just
honestly,
trying to keep
if you
the tradition
have
alive.
generational wealth, it's like not hot. I'm like,
I feel really differently.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't even, oh my God. No. That's not what I meant. I just, shit. No, that's not what I meant. I just meant like, I'm not talking about, I'm saying like, if, sorry.
What?
Well, I know that Wolf has money from his family.
No. That's fine. I'm not even thinking about Wolf.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry. That's not what I meant. I just meant
he doesn't listen.
Okay.
Like you're good.
No. I'm just saying like, if you're, here's the difference. Wolf works. I've met some guys who lean on their parents' generational wealth to support their lifestyle. And I think that's gross. I don't like that. I'm like, they don't have jobs. They're just kind of like doing photography. Mm-hmm. And it's like, no, this is lame. I don't like this.
I think that you can date outside your cast as long as there really is security in like who you are and what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And also, you have boundaries and rules. Like, it seems like for Steve. So the big thing that's in this episode is Miranda invites Steve to her law firm's dinner. And he says he has one suit and it's a corduroy suit. And she's like, let's just go get you a nice new suit. And they go and it's way out of his price range. He's spreading it over multiple cards. Miranda is begging to let her pay. She's like, I have the money and this is the thing I'm forcing you to go to. Like, let me pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
He finds a way to buy it only to return it and not go to the dinner. And I think that is why in this scenario, which we know changes, but like you can't date outside your caste because clearly Steve is insecure about the amount of money he makes compared to Miranda and doesn't want a woman who buys him stuff. And it's like, that's why it wouldn't work. But if Steve was like, she wants to bring me this dinner, she has the money and she's comfortable buying me the suit, I appreciate that. I'll wear it and I'll come to her dinner because she wants me to be her date. Then there would be no problem. There'd be no debate. I thought this episode, I was like upset at Steve. I was like, be man enough to know that like she wants you there. You have one corduroy suit. She's buying you the suit. It's not like, I felt like I was like,
he wasn't letting her be.
Like what she said. She was like, I'm being punished for being successful.
She says, when a single guy has money, it works to his advantage. And when a single woman has money, it's a problem to be dealt with. It's ridiculous. I want to enjoy my success, not apologize for it. And then Samantha says, bravo, honey.
Samantha's always the cheerleader for, so they're at the nail salon and they're all talking about class, which is great. 4 white women talking about class while getting their nails done.
Yeah, that was really painful.
And it's a rough scene when like Carrie's the voice of reason.
Yeah.
It's a rough, that scene was, there were this episode had, I think 3 moments that were like, maybe like, we're not standing up for the test of time.
Yeah.
One was everything about Samantha's boyfriend and the servant.
Yes.
Everything about that would never happen in today's television. The second thing was that nail salon scene. I think they dipped into like muddy waters and had Charlotte going way too far on beliefs that I don't think.
It's so interesting how they were all sitting on that one thing.
Yeah, I'm like, that never happens. You always get separated.
Yeah, we always.
You can't talk to anyone at the salon. Like, we've never gone together. The third thing.
We've gone to the massage place though. And
you're right.
Us.
The third thing that I think was, I don't know who wrote this show and I don't know what they did before this show.
Darren Star.
But whoever made that Steve's apartment, I should get shot in the head.
I thought that was so funny.
I'm a bartender nanny in a 2-bedroom in a popular neighborhood.
No,
I'm sorry. That was nuts.
I thought that was like a parody to like men in New York because they don't care about their space.
No,
like I don't think it was meant to be. I know it seemed like he was living in a shelter.
Well, but no, like but the whole thing is they're saying like he doesn't have money and then they never go to his place.
I thought it was more like, oh, men don't care about aesthetics. And he clearly doesn't make a lot of money. So he doesn't. The walls were crazy.
I was like,
the walls were really, really crazy.
I thought it was really like whoever wrote it wanted Steve to not seem like a bartender. They wanted him to seem impoverished. I was like, this is insane. This apartment is insane.
I've been to really shitty apartments.
They've never been to a place
not like that, but like I've been to some really, really creepy apartments where
I'll take your optimistic side that it was a parody, but I thought it was them trying to just show you the literal class divide between him and Miranda and like her apartment versus his.
Yeah.
And her walking in there like frightened.
I mean, I kind of would be frightened too.
But I'm like,
but yeah, it was a bad play. It was
too much. It was also
a bad
like
vibe.
Yeah, he doesn't make as much as Miranda, but like, I mean, if you're a bartender at a busy restaurant, like
you're making something.
You do just fine.
Yeah.
You do fine. Especially if you're getting like, at that time, imagine how much cash they're getting.
Yeah.
Because it's like there's no Apple Pay, like stuff like that. I'm like, and he was like, it's near the bar and it's simple. Like, and I was like, Steve, they did you dirty.
The walls were really what got me. I was like, that is really.
And the bed, it looked like Orphan Annie's bed. Like
it was giving much. Orphan Annie.
It was too much. Look at this. Steve's place. Are they okay?
Are they okay? Do you consider what Carrie did cheating on Big when she slept with the guy who was singing Jeremiah Was a
When she kissed him and then slept next to him?
Who, by the way, did you recognize him?
No.
Sam Ball?
No, I didn't.
That's weird because he plays Jenna Rink's boyfriend in 13 Going on 30, the hockey player.
Jenna Rink. Who's that?
Remember 13 Going on 30?
Is that the lead?
Huh?
Is that the lead character?
Yeah, Jenna Rink is the character that she plays. What's her? Jennifer Garner plays Jenna Rink.
Oh, when she wakes up in the apartment, that guy. Wow.
Is that crazy?
Wow, he always plays like these like stupid hot guys.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah.
It's a way to, it's a living.
He looks great.
He looked great. Okay. So this whole nonsense where Big gives her this bag and she's unhappy with the bag.
And she sees the bag everywhere.
And then that forces her hating the gift, pushes an I love you out of her mouth to Big. Then I thought she's a bad guest at this party.
I've like it. It just makes me cringe because I'm like, sometimes I'm like, I feel like I was that guest at that party. But like, if I think something's too like stuck up, I'm like, where's the smoking section around here? Losers. Like,
see, when I'm at those events, I'm like, I want them to think I'm one of them.
I like very much want to like lean into the fact that I'm not like them. And I'm just like, but now I feel like I can make myself a little more.
With the bag,
was
that Carrie was making this like, this is the gift he got me. He doesn't get me at all. But it actually kind of felt like he's getting you the bag because he's bringing you to a party that like he knows isn't what you guys normally do. And it'll help you fit in with everybody. And maybe so you don't feel, because I know they're trying to say like Carrie is below like Big's cast. Like he's this.
Which is kind of crazy because her shoes are probably like $600.
That's what I'm saying. Like Carrie isn't, because just like clothing wise, like you would never.
She's doing a lot.
And apartment wise, like Carrie's fine.
Yeah.
But like I know that this episode, Carrie is the one who's quote unquote like below Big, making less than Big, not as successful as. And I was like, through Carrie's eyes, it's like, why would you get me this gift? But then you get to the party and she's like thinking like Big's trying to change you. I was like, no, he might have just been like, oh, I'm taking her to it might have been the suit.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Like, is this the suit?
Like, I'm bringing you to this thing that like I know we never go to, and it's no one you know is there, and this woman has no brown food or liquor, like, because she's so anal, and everyone's gonna have these bejeweled bags. So I bought you one that I thought was the least ugly. You know, and like, don't get me wrong, all this is nobody's communicating. So everyone's just getting upset and thinking about it to themselves.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Carrie was a bitch all night. And then she's outside looking at the tattoo on his stomach in a weird way.
Yeah.
I would, if you showed me a tattoo on your stomach, I would not have to bend over in front of your crotch to look at it.
It was kind of right above his crotch.
But she was like, why'd she even ask how far down does it go?
I think she was trying to flirt with him.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm like, he had every right to be mad. He brought you this party. He brought you the bag.
Reversed, like if she found out that Big had slept with someone that night or like even made out with someone, she would have freaked out. So I thought it was kind of like cheating a little bit.
So episode goes on. I mean, the kissing outside and the sleepover, I think.
I would consider that cheating because I feel like yeah. I mean, I wouldn't break up with someone because of it. But I would be like hurt
at the stage they're at.
Yeah, I'd be shocking. Like, why did you do that? Like, you didn't have to make. Sometimes I'm so frustrated by her lack of like she just can't communicate, and so it creates this whole thing that like doesn't exist. And then he's such a poor communicator too that like it's almost like she's validating his poor communication because then when she finally comes to and reveals whatever the issue is, he's like, oh, I was just ordering Chinese food, you know?
Right. Like
it's just like, but if you had said it in the moment, he actually would have been challenged to have a conversation about it. And now you look crazy because you've been building it up in your head.
And
that's frustrating.
I do think, I think two things about it being cheating or not being cheating. Half of me is like, you guys are literally about to say it. You're in love with him. He's in love with you. No one's said it yet. Like, and you're having a sleepover with a guy after leaving Big at a party, like you should tell, like this is cheating. But then I'm also like, these two don't talk about anything. Nothing is confirmed. Everything is said in these like loose terms. And I'm like, I don't know. Like
here's the toothbrush head. Here's the pigeon purse.
Like everything whatever. Is Carrie taking these little crumbs he's giving her and inferring stuff. And no one's, even when she realizes they're back together, like he didn't even say it, you know, they just like danced. He was like, I did miss you. Or I listened to a lot of Sinatra and she was like, and we were back together. And I was like, but you're not like, nobody said anything. Like it was wrong, but I don't know. At this moment of looking at the relationship, I don't think she has to tell him.
I mean, I don't know. It just seems so far from
because you know
something.
the rule, everything before I love you doesn't count. What a nutso rule to make to validate your own behavior.
That is a really specific rule to make that
Also,
just
like,
so happens to benefit you in this moment.
You're begging him to be committed to you. All these things you want all this stuff from him, and then he gets you a gift you don't like, and he pisses you off at a party. And you kiss him, make out with some other guy?
Well, it's also interesting, too, because in Just Like That, she does have a pigeon purse and she really loves it.
Exactly.
So that was confusing. Also, do you know how much that bag was? Because I looked it up.
Tell me.
Guess.
Okay.
Not the pigeon, the penguin that she got.
Swan. Okay. I don't know how much things cost.
Try not to look at the screen.
I'm not looking. Okay. Where's it from? Do we know?
The swan purse Big gives Carrie is a Judith Lieber Swan Odette clutch. It was inspired by Swan Lake and named after the lead Swan Princess.
Is 100,000 too high?
Yes.
Okay. But it's not like 500.
No, it's higher than 500.
4,000?
Higher.
And not 100,000?
Not 100,000.
It's either 500 or 100,000. Okay, is it like a $7,000 bag?
Yeah.
Wow.
Is that crazy?
That's what I'm saying.
Actually $7,304.
I remember when
now it can be found on eBay for $2,500. That I didn't need to put in there.
I kind of want to get it.
Okay, well, hopefully we'll make that money. And
we can that'll be no big deal for us to buy.
I really hope that I can buy you the little swan purse and be like, Hannah, remember when we were in our fucking early days?
Just gabbing, laughing, going to the massage parlor.
Oh, Hannah. So I understand she doesn't like the purse, but it's also like, honey, that's a nice purse.
And can I say something?
You just say
I don't know a woman out there who has every birthday, every anniversary, every special occasion loved a gift from a man.
No, men shouldn't really get gifts unless
they're
it's
not
like a
good
card.
Gift givers, like Carrie, men should really stick to flowers and cards.
Yeah, the cards go a really long way. And I also think gifts, like experience gifts, are a great thing for men to do. Like, hey, let's go out to dinner, I'll pay. Or like, I'm going to take you on like a really fun boat trip or something.
Right.
You know, it's like, don't get me a shirt, maybe jewelry, but like I don't know.
I feel like sad
what is the jewelry?
That Carrie is like, well, I know how it feels to like be holding in so many like anxieties and thoughts about your relationship.
Yeah.
And these last couple episodes, like we're getting, because it's her show, like her blog, her voice, like we're seeing just how much she's walking around with and then just like smiling and showing up for Big. And it's like, in the last episode, you punched him. In this one, you almost cheated on him. Like, Carrie, like you need to start opening up to this man. Like you're getting worse and worse. Like open up. And if you guys don't work, thank God you learned it now,
Right. I mean, and then we can even go back to that one scene where she gets wasted and she goes to his house and she's like throwing the gin around. Do you remember that in season 1? God. It's like, that was also really crazy.
I also think,
sorry, I can't stop
I know
moving.
that Big isn't like a great guy. I know that we also realize he sucks, but like anytime she does bring something to him, like they pretty much talk it out.
Well, they don't, because that's what I'm saying. Like they don't talk it out because she brings it to him in such a wacky way that like eventually by the time that she brings it to him, he's like, you're being such a weirdo. Like anything I say now is just the norm and like rational, and everything you do is crazy because you're being a crazy lady.
Because you've gotten to that level. And it's like, just bring it to him the first time you have the thought.
That's literally, yeah.
Just say like, hey, I don't like that you check out other women in front of me in the last episode. And if he responds like, get over it, then you can leave.
Yeah. It's really sad to keep watching just like the constant progression. Wait, what were you about to say?
I wrote down like literally going back to like Carrie, like making her own, inferring the relationship on her own, which she was like, when Big did something, not the call at the end, he does something, and she was like, Big found his own way to say I love you to me. And it's like, no, he needs to say it, girl.
No.
Like do not pick up little hints and turn them into something else. That's how you're here, because you're like making nothing you're making a whole relationship out of the nothingness. I know that he ends up calls her and says it.
It's like, yeah, I fucking love you.
And she's got a man in her bed.
It's awful.
And she's covering his mouth.
You know who's really hot in this episode? Wiley Ford. I know that he has some issues the whole time, but that was great.
Charlotte is working at the art gallery. Wiley Ford shows up, wants to buy a fire extinguisher on the wall because he thinks it's art, and then convinces Charlotte to close the place early. Charlene to leave with him. What I want to know.
What do you want to know?
Charlotte's in the cab making out with them. It's very hot, honestly. It's like quick and hot. And he gets out to pee for a minute. And she calls Carrie to tell her, because obviously if either of us were about to hook up with a celebrity, we'd call each other and be like, you
would be on the phone immediately.
You'd be on the phone for the whole thing.
Say something.
She'll never believe it. Speak to her.
She'll never believe it.
And Carrie says, like, get out of there. And we never get the intel as to why Carrie knows
that he's bad.
Like, why does Carrie know that this celebrity? And we learn in the end of the episode, like, he's gross and just like wants women to do stuff for him because he's famous, and that what he asked of her was.
Have you ever been with anyone who's like famous or famous adjacent?
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, I hooked up with this guy who was an editor for Game of Thrones.
Wow.
And the apartment he was staying at when he was in New York was Anderson Cooper's.
Wow.
So I got to hook up in Anderson Cooper's apartment.
What?
That was pretty cool.
That's crazy.
That was pretty cool.
Wow.
So that's like fame adjacent.
Did he have pictures of Andy on his walls?
Well, yeah, it was. Oh, Andy Cohen. I thought you meant of himself. I was like, yeah, it's his apartment.
No.
Yeah, he has like a whole like. Well, I wasn't allowed in certain rooms.
Wow,
which was like the worst. It was it was a quaint apartment. It wasn't crazy.
Yeah.
But I remember that I was pretty much only like I knew I had to have sex with this guy because I was pretty much only there to like send my friends photos of the apartment.
Yeah. Wow, that's
and
crazy.
The worst part though was the guy like was like, don't touch certain things in the fridge. Like I want to leave it for him, and like let's not use his nice glassware. And I was like let's have fun. Like let's live a little. Let's drink whatever expensive alcohol he has. He won't notice if one of the 10 bottles in his fridge is open. Maybe he would have, but that'd be your problem, not mine.
Right.
He's got these gorgeous glasses.
I bet they're really fancy.
This big ass couch and balcony. And he was like, no drinking on the couch.
Wow. Oh yeah. I would have said no drinking on the couch too. I
wanted to drink on the couch.
Yeah. I mean,
when he was in the bathroom, I sat on the couch for like a second and then I ran off it. No, it's definitely not a joybird. He doesn't even know what joybird is.
He's never heard of that.
How about you?
No, not really. I've been in like semi celebrity like children's places maybe, but like not. It's like DC stuff. It's not exciting.
Not connected to a hookup at all?
No, just more of a like ambassadors' children.
That's pretty cool though.
So that was like we would like party at their house like in high school because they didn't have any rules. Because the police can't do anything about any sort of any home that's an ambassador is living in. You can't like arrest anyone in it because they don't apply to the
from the best parties.
Yes,
ever.
they threw really cool parties. So like, and being in DC, like eventually find your way to like an ambassador child's like apartment.
Wow. Or you find your way. You know
find
how
your
it goes.
Way.
You all.
But like I remember we went to this one and it was just like so fun. You could smoke pot everywhere and like that was really cool.
See, that is cool. That's celebrity adjacent though.
Yeah,
because it has special privileges.
It was like it felt very cool.
I'm trying to think. I don't think anyone I've slept with has been or is now famous in any capacity.
I've hooked up with someone who I very much am obsessed with, music wise. That isn't big, but like for me, it was big.
Okay,
and I did it because he was famous.
I get that.
So that was exciting and cool.
Do you think? When you get married,
is Jamaica Queens?
I don't know what that is.
It's like a really random indie. Like they probably only have like a couple listeners a month, and I was
really playing footsie.
I know. I'm sorry. I can't stop moving my body.
I know. I think I'm sitting in a weird way.
No, I can't stop moving. I went to the show and I was just like so excited to see them, and then just like waited around after.
And it worked out.
It really worked out.
That's amazing.
I was
That's
literally
best case
being
scenario.
groupie. I think I was 23. I was
That's
so
such a 23-year-old
excited.
thing.
I was so excited. I was like, he's gonna come out any moment. I'm gonna say hi.
Other people there?
Huh?
Were other people there? Like
yeah,
excited?
Diana was there. She clapped me.
Of course,
and
Diana
so
was there.
Megan was there. I don't know if you met Megan, her boyfriend Pete, and them. They were both like, yes, go up to him and say something.
They were at
and
your
then
party?
he came. This was actually really cool. Yeah, they were both at my birthday. So I was talking to him, and then I was like trying to be cool, and I was like, yeah, like my friends and I are going to this bar across the street if you want to come. And all my friends, like at the time, we were all so obsessed with this band. And Diana was like, I'll meet you, like just meet me when you're done with this, because I had to like do my whole pitch for him why he should hook up with me. And then like, and this is the reason. No, but I was like, would you want to like grab a drink? And he's like, yeah. And like I walk in with him to the bar, and all my friends, we had just seen the band, and I was like, and then everyone from the show.
That's a hot moment. Everyone's looking.
Everyone from the show was there too, and they were all like looking.
And you're the one who got him.
I ruined the whole thing though. I'll tell you why.
Okay.
I was wasted, first of all. We got wasted at the bar. Went home. We hooked up. The next morning, I woke up and I was like, it would be so fun to have sex to one of your songs. And he was like, no, we did this all night last night, Nora. You kept playing my music and making me look at one of my music videos at one point, and you were obsessing over it.
Oof.
And I was like, and he's like
really upset.
enough.
He's like laying down the law.
And then I was like, oh my God, I like vaguely remembered it, but I didn't like fully remember. And I was like, oh my God. And then I looked at my Spotify and it was like, all Jamaica Queens. I was like, oh God. I was like, I'm so sorry. And he's like, no, it's just like, I don't really like listening to my music that much. And you were like, let's just like the entire
You made him watch
album.
one of his music videos?
It was on, and then I opened my laptop.
He must have already seen it so many times.
It was crazy. I was being a full blown like groupie fangirl. And then when in the morning I was like, I had this amazing idea. We should.
And he was
watch
like, that was our night.
He was like, that was
our
the night. I'm leaving. We're on tour anyways, so I have to go. And I was like, okay, well, if you ever come back to New York, let me know. He was like, and like. It's like really bad.
That is a little rough.
It was so embarrassing.
I think he's a little drama.
No, it was really, it was bad. It was bad.
I think benefit of the doubt, though, I think he was being a little bit of a drama
But
queen.
you know what's flattering is that the initial inquiry of us hooking up was, he liked it in the
He wanted to have sex with you. He liked you. He wanted to come over.
He just didn't know I was a weirdo. So I kind of released that once that happened.
I don't even think I've ever even thought to put on music, let alone the music the person I'm hooking up with wrote.
It's literally
he was like, listen to this. He's like, I wrote it. I just played it.
I've also had a hookup in that time when it was like around 23. It was when I was getting really, really blackout drunk and like doing a bunch of coke. We would go home with like randoms every Friday. And I remember this one guy I hooked up with. I came home and I tried to make it like sexy. So I put on Otis Redding as the playlist, like sitting on the dock of the bay. Like it's like really,
know if that's sexy.
It's like really like music
Really
that you would listen
old.
to with your 50-year-old like husband on a porch.
On
like,
the bay.
Yeah, on the bay.
On the bay.
And then all of a sudden I was like, we were hooking up and he's like, I was like about to get mad and he's like, I can't do this. This is so fucking weird. Why'd you put this music on? I was like, I'm sorry. I was trying to make it a nice moment and he left.
Nora, I think these men are drama queens.
It was so weird though.
I mean, like, it was weird,
It was so
but like,
weird. It was like I was trying to make something out of like this creepy one night stand. It was like so obviously a one night stand. You know? And I'm like,
I don't know. I feel like these guys are drama queens.
I'm like, the music.
You're putting on music. You're trying to curate a vibe.
They're just things I wouldn't do now.
Well, I would have stayed for both of those things.
I guess I would put on like your stand-up set and I'd be like, let's watch it.
I'd be like, yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
I think maybe, I mean, I
I'd
don't
be
really
flattered.
remember.
I'd be flattered. This person who separately I was into is a big fan. She doesn't seem like she's about to kill me. She's not like, let me cut a little bit of your hair off. Like she's like,
maybe I did. I don't even know. I was so blackout.
I mean, well, because that would be different.
Yeah. I'm sure I I do remember at one point in the morning, like being in the bed and looking over at him, the guy from Jamaica Queens. Hopefully he doesn't hear this, but I just remember looking at him being like, oh my God.
I mean,
like looking at myself. I'm like,
that was your like celebrity crush and they were in your bed.
I just fucked the guitarist of Jamaica Queens. And I was like, and then he woke up and I was like, hey, do you want to listen to your music?
And he was like, Nora,
no.
I gotta get out of here.
It's crazy lady.
I mean, yeah, maybe. Yeah. And you are a total stranger to him.
Yes. He's not a stranger to me though.
Nope. And you're not a stranger to him anymore either.
Hopefully he's actually older. So I bet he's in his 40s now. Maybe he would like me now. Yeah. I feel like now. Okay. I do always wish that I could kind of clear the air there. You know, I think about that hookup sometimes because I still listen. I play a lot of Jamaica Queens on my bike.
I need to listen to them.
They're amazing. And so I do sometimes wish I could kind of like be like, look at me now. Everything's okay.
Ugh, if I can, the list of things I wish I could clear the air with.
Oh my God.
I can't even think about all the people who probably think I suck.
I wish I could clear the air on that really bad.
Oh my God.
With my celebrity crush.
I can't even start thinking about it.
I mean, I felt like I wanted to clear today even. I felt so bad about the text.
Oh, don't feel bad about
I just felt guilty. I felt like I just felt like a bad, I just was like, oh my God, I'm not communicating well.
It's okay.
But you know, I'm just like, but I'm really trying to give myself grace and just be like, what was your intention, Nora?
Yeah.
Was it evil? No, you're fine.
Yeah.
And with the Jamaica Queens guy, it's like my intention. I said intentional.
It's okay.
Was my intention creepy? Kind of.
Oh. It's like it wasn't.
Kind of. I did. There was a part of it where it was like, I did just want to tell everyone that it was happening.
I mean, duh.
I wanted to just like have it in my little book.
No, when I was at Anderson Cooper's apartment, like,
yeah,
it was just so I could tell other people that I was at Anderson Cooper's apartment.
Yeah.
Like all the photos I took of that place. Like
I would love to see them. They're not in the cloud?
No, of course not. There was a sad moment where my phone fully broke in like the middle of college and nothing was backed up. And so the high school to beginning of college photos are gone. Luckily, my phone photos now start at like sophomore year on, which is still, that's a big chunk. I really should back them up. Like
put them in the drive. We have all this.
I got to put them somewhere.
We have all this storage space that we're paying for.
Well, I'm always printing out the photos. So I'm like, that'll be good.
Yeah. My phone situation in college was really fucked up. I told you I had a landline, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a landline when I have a house.
Oh.
I love landlines because my kids aren't having cell phones until they're 16.
Okay.
I don't care if they get bullied.
Okay.
Makes them stronger.
This is true.
I'm really like falling asleep. I don't know how I'm going to get through the rest of this episode.
You know, we have like 15 minutes.
10 minutes.
Okay.
We could do 15. I hope
we
can.
We have 10. It's
11.
Do you want me? Oh, I have no other fun facts. I'm sorry. Those were the only two.
Well, I'm devastated. Also, I'm sad. Let's just say it. Like,
what? Okay.
Steve and Miranda are over right now. And obviously we know it's not the end, but like, ugh. And that's a sad ending. Like, but I mean, it's good for Miranda because then she's at the party and she's like, why'd I even need the fucking suit? Like, he could have come in corduroy. Like, why did I want to change him?
Mm-hmm.
But it's also like, Steve, why didn't you just show up in your corduroy and say, don't change me, I'm coming to the party?
It is so crazy, like the misogyny in all of this, because if you think about it, like in Pretty Woman, it's like when Julia Roberts gets the outfit from Richard Gere, it's like such a beautiful, nice gift.
Right.
And here it's like Miranda's trying to buy him a suit and it's like such a blow to his masculinity.
Now
it is really like, it is misogyny.
And you know what else though I think is a dynamic thing that we don't always talk about?
Mm-hmm.
When women start like dressing men or buying men clothes, that is connected to being their mother.
Yeah.
But because fathers just get to be who they are, men buying women clothes or jewelry isn't a fatherly thing. It's like a sexy man providing for me thing.
Right.
And it's like, I hate that roles reversed, if Steve took Miranda to buy a nice dress for this event he brought her to, that would be like,
maybe take her to Goodwill.
no, like if roles were reversed.
Sorry.
Also, he seemed to have the money just spread out.
Yeah, it did seem. He actually, him being like, can you charge $1,000 on this credit card? And I'll give you the rest in cash. I was like, I could actually. That's kind of like how my
he's got it.
works.
He's got the money. He just needs to spread it out.
I do have to say, buying things for women on a first date, whether it be a drink or just like something, I do think is really important. I know that it's like bad gender vibes, and like I just was like ranting about misogyny and like whatever.
Bad gender vibes.
But like
beautifully said.
But I do just feel like I put so much time and money into my appearance.
Mhm.
You might not be able to see it right now, but like if I'm going on a date, like I know this isn't really giving like I put in a lot of time.
It's a fun shirt.
And my hair is a little disheveled and makeup's kind of coming off.
I thought your makeup
But
looked
like,
good. That's what I was thinking.
But
outside.
I'm just saying, like, if I show up to a date, I look fucking good.
Yeah.
And I put a lot of the product in my hair costs a lot of money. My nails, this isn't free.
No.
And
Not even
then,
close
and then,
to free.
And then you'd probably have a guy being like, well, I don't need you to do all that. I'm like, yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. The bra that I'm wearing, yeah, that's like $300.
Whoa.
Hell yeah.
I think
I just said hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
But like, you know what I mean? It's just like we put in a lot of work.
when do you think
And the wage gap. So it's like, obviously we win.
we win because we get
Win.
paid less?
Yeah. So, I mean, not win, but like,
We're the winners here.
but like, you know, the wage gap is something that we should all consider as well.
It is.
Do I need you to pay for everything forever? No.
When do you think it should stop?
I think it should like maybe by like the third date. It's like kind of like maybe no.
I've always kind of played by the rules of like, until you bring it up, my wallet, just assume it isn't here. But when a guy is like,
I was paying for stuff for a long time. And then my friends were like, Nora, don't do that. It's going to totally emasculate him. You're not making it sexy. Put your wallet away. It was when I was making cash.
Mhm.
So I was like, okay, I won't do it. And now I'm kind of like, I think it's polite once the date continues, if it's like a long one, to kind of throw some, like buy a treat,
Yeah.
for someone. Like I'll be like, oh, I got this, like this one little thing.
No,
But
I
like
think it's
the
nice.
initial should come from him, I think is
The
nice.
initial should definitely come from the man.
Mm-hmm.
And I also think that it truly, it does depend on where you stand financially. Like
Yeah.
if you are a Miranda going out with a Steve, like, yeah, like I know that Steve is like, I'll get the pizza, I'll get whatever. Like, but Miranda should keep doing what she's doing and offering because she makes a lot more and he shouldn't feel burdened by stuff. And like,
Yeah.
and it's like, just like if vice versa, like if I was going out with a guy and he made a lot more money than me, like, yeah, like, of course I can split it, but like, think about $30 for me versus $30 for you. Like,
Yeah.
if you know someone's financial situation and like they're like making the same amount as you or like less than you, then I'm like, oh, I don't care. I mean, with Wolf, we both are in the same type of jobs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like last summer, he was like out of a job for 3 months and I like bankrolled him for the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And then the whole time he's been at this current job where he was making so much more than me, like I didn't bring my wallet anywhere.
That's nice.
And it's like a,
Yeah.
but in the beginning he paid
it's like
for everything.
it's like you go back and forth.
He
think
paid
that's
for
fine.
everything until one time he said he was like stressed about money. And that's when I was like, we're both in similar jobs. We can start splitting it. And he was like, no, I wasn't saying like that. I was like, it was a nice run, but like we can split. We both make the same pile of nothing. Like there's no reason for you to be stressed.
Yeah.
So I can have Thai food.
Sometimes I also like to buy someone something as like, even if I don't have the money, it just feels like endearing.
I like having the money.
Like, yeah, but I'm just saying like sometimes I'll be at the bodega and I'll be with like a good friend of mine. I'll be like, throw it in. I got you, girl.
I have a
And,
pretty
like, I like
firm
that.
policy at my house.
Mm-hmm.
If I invite people over, I'll buy the food. Like, I don't know what it is, but if you're at my house, like, I don't feel comfortable. If you've commuted to my home, if there's any eating or drinking, like, I want to pay for it.
Yeah.
I'm even if I can't, like, in my brain, I'm like, they're at your house. Like, they're guests. They traveled here. Feed them. Give them
That is a really
drinks.
nice point.
I always have that. And I also I would like to be the Miranda. Like I want Wolf to be a stay-at-home dad and I'm making the money.
Yeah. I mean, that would be really wonderful.
I want to be the wealthy woman. I don't crave like
I want to be
a
even.
rich man.
I want to be even. I don't want it to feel like I'm pulling everything.
I don't want to be even.
You don't want to be even?
I really like control.
I know. Jesus, Anna.
It's terrible. Like I need to start making enough money to get back to therapy so I could send them these last couple episodes.
Yeah, I feel like being even is nice because then you know, it's like even.
I think I definitely
quality
can see a side to us both bringing in like similar sums of money. Like if I'm,
I thought you meant me and you.
No.
And I was like, yeah,
I could see that as
Actually,
well.
I could see that.
Ideally, if it's from this podcast, it should be similar.
It's gonna be from a lot of stuff.
But like,
yeah,
I can see why. Like, okay, say I'm a millionaire.
Yes,
it would be weird if Wolf was like still bartending, but I can see why it'd be nice to know he's bringing in like he has a job that pays him like $100,000 a year. So it's like he's bringing in money, but like not as much as me. I don't necessarily love a dynamic where like I'm pulling everything, but I also like if I have the money to pull everything and like we're not stressed, then like stay home, sweetie. Like mommy's got to work. Take care of the kids and have dinner ready when I'm here.
The dinner ready would be huge. Huge. I really don't want to have to cook.
And have fun with the kid.
I mean, I do, like you saw me cooking the other night with the table. It's just a disaster.
We just need a new table.
I really
a great cook. The food was delish.
I do. I feel like I am a good cook. It's just, I hate the process now. I get home so late and it's just like, and then the table's wobbly.
Once you get it, once you eat it,
it is really good.
It's really good.
That was good, but I made the other night.
It was delish.
That was great.
Tonight when I go home, I'm going to toast a couple slices of bread, put a little butter on it.
we can just,
and have my tuna salad on top that I made.
Okay. Just the episode's done.
I told someone how much I love my tuna salad. And he said, and this is the same guy who thought I was Jewish. He goes, here you go again, talking Jewish. Is tuna salad Jewish?
Yeah. Well, whitefish salad.
Love whitefish salad more than tuna salad. Whitefish salad, greater than tuna salad.
Okay. That's good to know.
Now I wish I had whitefish. Oh, I need pickled radishes.
You can make them.
Not tonight.
If you went home to make pickled radishes after being so tired and I call you and you're like, I'm just doing the pickling
I'm just
now.
pickling.
I'm just pickling now. I'll get through this.
I felt like my eyes going, but then I got like heated thinking about being like a businesswoman.
Yeah. We're going to have late nights like this.
The mom I nanny for was kind of like talking me into a situation where I nanny and work for them in like, because the dad's a director, like I work for him and them.
Yeah.
But you know what I was realizing? Like I really want a job where like I don't see those kids. Like I love them, but I think I need to like stop being with kids.
Yeah. I think you just need a job where it's not as like intimate.
Yeah.
You know, it's like like with me, it like stuff can happen at work, but I just clock out after.
It's not those kids. It's just like I
understand.
I turned 27 this year.
Yeah.
And the only idea I have for my birthday is like a 27 dresses theme party.
I thought, okay, that goes, okay.
But that's what I'm saying. Well, that was all that was coming to mind, which is when I was like, maybe no party, Hannah.
No, that's a great theme.
And everyone wears a dress that they wore as a bridesmaid to the wedding.
Okay.
To the party.
Actually, that works out because I have a wedding in September.
But I'm going to wear a wedding dress, I think.
Okay. Could be like a strange thing for my roof. I'll have to get a lot of chairs.
Well, I'm thinking I'll do it at a venue.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my roof.
Sorry. Just because I feel really bad picturing you trying to like, not trying, but like having to throw a party for me.
No, I wouldn't mind. I just.
You saw me talk about my wedding. Like, you don't want to. That's why whenever people are like, you're a control freak, you need to release. And I'm like, you don't want to unravel this. You don't want the depths of my thoughts about parties and weddings out on the table. Just let me do it.
Okay.
Because I'm nuts. You heard me talking about my wedding. What did I say? I said people can have fun when all the rules, when all this,
when everyone's finished their work,
for the
whatever
day.
when they're done with their work, they can
you
dance.
I'm going to marry Wolf, who like doesn't want to do any work, and I'm like, my wedding will be like
a military
only.
camp. Everyone, drop down. Give me 10. Yeah,
I would have run a military camp.
All right. On that note,
how did this episode
Sex in the City.
You want to sing crazy?
Sure.
And then we can go.
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking? Me and Wolf's 2-year anniversary is in 3 weeks.
Oh, wow.
I haven't dated. Like, I haven't gone on a date in
I know.
2
I have to keep this up or else we're going to be boring.
I mean, I can.
I actually just I just decided though today I deleted everything. I just need a break. I can't. It's just.
I'm telling you, there's freedom outside the apps.
No, I just feel like I'm putting too much effort into something that like it's clear that I'm not, or no, that's not it. I'm not excited about it, and it's kind of showing.
Yeah.
Like I'm kind of being a little Miranda vibes where I'm like,
I also think
I'm like, all right, where are we going? The bar, like, okay, like blah, blah. And we start talking and I'm like, and I'm being kind of like a jerk when I'm meeting people and I'm just like, that's not me.
No, it's not.
So I'm just like, I think I need a reset.
And I know it sounds so lame, but like truly, I think when you stop giving attention to the apps and you start just like, and when you turn off your brain about like, oh, I have to set up a date and I have to text back, I have to meet, and you just start like talking to the people in your life and chatting with people at bars, like I really think you'll meet someone organically.
I just don't, it's just like the app situation recently, it's just been, first of all, it's been really creepy recently. Some of the things that some people have said to me are really scary.
Yeah.
And so I was like, this is weird.
Accounts.
It's really scary. Still figuring it out.
No bueno.
Still figuring it out. If you have still figuring it out on your Tinder, are you still figuring it out?
But let's just say that they have the photos to match.
Yeah, it's really
every
crazy.
person who is still figuring it out. There's at least one photo in there where like, holy shit, you have not figured it out.
One guy messaged me today and said, if we were cuddling, would you let me touch your butt? We have not.
What?
We have literally.
Yes.
It just was like,
why
did you? But it was just like, it was like the fourth thing he said to me.
Like he's not going to meet you if he doesn't know that's on the table.
Why would you say that? That's such a weird thing to say.
What did he look like?
He was really hot. So I was like, obviously, but like, just chill for a second. Let's go out first. And then I was just like, I don't want to go out with you. Now you're a creepy weirdo.
You know what app I wish was still around because I think you would love it?
Craigslist?
No, and that's still around.
Yeah.
If you're interested. There was this app called Bounce where it went live like at 2 different times, like 4 p.m., 5 p.m. and then at 8 p.m. And you go on and it's only live for like 2 minutes and you only go on to Bounce if you are free for a date at that time.
Wow.
And you put in your like area and you put in your like, you don't put in anything else and you just keep showing people that are in your area. You swipe right or left. The second you swipe right on someone and they also swipe right on you, they match you and give you a location to meet in 30 minutes. And you just go and you just go on this date and meet them. And if you don't like them, you don't have to see them again, but you don't have to do the weeks of like the chatting online.
I'm really bad at the chatting, as you can probably imagine.
I loved Bounce.
No, but you can imagine my texts. I mean, you've seen them. It's really bad.
I've seen the text. I don't think it's really bad.
No, it's really bad. I'm not good at flirty texting.
I'll never forget when you showed me text and you were like, "This, which one was it? Was it on Tinder?"
No, it was just like texting. I remember.
It was just like, you text like a boomer.
Sucks.
There's just no, we've just got to sex it up.
I'm just like, can we talk about it in person?
Yeah.
You know?
Just say that next time.
No, it's because a critter actually once said to me, you got to stop with the okays. Like, it's enough.
Yeah.
Add an exclamation mark.
You're low on exclamation marks, and I know why you are, but it's like
I've tried to add in a bunch today after I said, I was like, what did I say? Please stop, lol. Please no more, lol. And then I was like, oh shit, maybe I should. I was like, because
you saw I sent an okay and a ... I was like, what the fuck?
I know. And then I was like, we're all fine. And then I kept sending exclamation marks, but you can kind of tell they're like, I'm really trying because they're like kind of spaced out from
you can tell it's new. You can tell it's new.
Kind of a new thing for me.
To your texting regimen.
Whenever I say something and I'm like, oh no, I don't know if maybe it came off wrong. I'm just like exclamation
Here's 10 exclamation marks
to let you know.
So they know how I meant it.
I'm never like mad on text. Just so you know. Like if I'm upset, I just wouldn't respond.
If I'm upset, I'll say it. I do get mad on text.
Yeah, I just like, so you know, for the future, if I'm upset, I'd prefer to talk it out. And if I prefer to talk it out, I'd usually just like don't respond. And then I'll just be like, hey, can we talk about this another time? Because I feel like I've always felt like I can't articulate myself well on text.
Right.
So I'm just like, there's no point in us doing this because I'm always like, let's just talk on the phone.
I didn't think you were mad today. I just didn't know what you meant by what you said. And then when I knew, I was like, oh, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
But when I made the assumption off the first text, I was like, okay. I was like, I was also like feeling exhausted. And I was like, and that's when I put my phone away. And then I came back to like a lot of text.
A lot of exclamation marks. Being like,
a lot of exclamation marks. Oh,
all right. Hannah, I love you. This was a great episode.
This was a great episode. I love you as well. Thank you to My Friend's Basement, to Becky Hermenzi, to Sean Curley. You guys know what they do, and they're the best at it. And, and like, comment, subscribe, share, support us.
Venmo us.
Give us cash next time you see us.
We're probably gonna have a show around this time.
Yeah, let's just assume there's a show coming up.
There's gonna be a show at Club Cumming. Please buy the ticket.
Buy your ticket.
I'm working there next weekend.
Working on the weekend.
I kind of work 7 days a week sometimes too.
It's a lot.
All right.
It's not humane.
It isn't.
I wish I worked 2 jobs within Monday to Friday instead of all 7 days.
Like
maybe
a double?
Maybe
wait, you can. I think we're done with this. Bye.
Well, people are going to really be jealous. We didn't get to hear what I just said.
Well, no. Like, I think we can continue the conversation. We don't have to like.
I know, but now it's going to be a real cliffhanger.